Short stories taken from the book Nika Tika Tales. Spinning Whip. Once upon a time there was such an unlucky man, but he fell in love. He thought he was merry and a beautiful girl, but she became an ugly frog. She was always in a bad mood, and it seems that this man, Juan Chaco, found the meanest girl. Also, the woman used to get pregnant frequently, having many children. Juan Chaco was a hard-working man, but he did not make progress. He was willing to do any kind of job. He would work as a woodcutter, bricklayer, pot maker, etc. He tried to do his best, but the ugly woman was never happy. She was always complaining. When she got angry, she threw things at his face. His kids were sick and they were ill-tempered like her mother. One day, Juan Chaco got very angry, so he picked up a few things and hit the road. He managed to make some money to buy some food. After a long walk, he passed by a desolate place when it began to rain. He went to an old barn. He set the fire to heat some bread and sausage before because he was very hungry. He was about to have the first bite when he heard a voice. "What was that?" he said. Suddenly, Juan Chaco saw a very old man shaking and walking with a cane. The old man with gray hair was looking intently at the food Juan Chaco was going to eat. So he said, "There is enough bread for both of us." And the old man began to eat like a tiger, since he has not eaten for a long time. Juan Chaco ate almost nothing. Then they both lie down and slept on the bunch of leaves. Early the next morning, Juan Chaco was heading some water, and he said, "Would you like some coffee?" The old man took a very clean napkin out of his dirty stuff he carried, and he said, "I give you this as a gift." And Juan asked, "What would I use to clean my mouth?" The old man said, "No, this is a magic napkin. You deserve this because you have a good heart. You gave me your food." Juan was stunned when he noticed that the man was not old anymore. He was he was the very same God surrounded by the shining halo. So Juan knelt down praying. God told Juan to spread the napkin and say, "Feed me napkin in the name of God." Then the napkin turned into a big tablecloth with a big coffee pot, delicious milk and butter, hot tortillas and cheese, eggs, guava jelly, roasted chicken, and so on. When he noticed the man had disappeared, Juan was scared. He was also very hungry, beginning to eat what he never imagined before. There were lots of leftovers. When he finished, he put together the finest silverware and porcelain dishes, since he was not sure he could see them again. Later, he spread the napkin again, saying the magic words. The most desired banquets appeared again. When he passed by the first farmhouse, he spread the napkin successfully. So he decided to go home. He wanted to feed his children, making sure they did not get indigestion. Before he reached home, he passed by another ranch where people were drinking coffee that tasted like mud. He used the napkin again, saying the magic words. An aromatic coffee, butter, chicken, wine, bread, etc. appeared. The owner of the ranch, an ambitious man, wanted to steal the napkin from Juan. So he let Juan get drunk, and in the middle of the night, he managed to steal the napkin while Juan was sleeping. Before dawn, Juan got up and checked if he had the napkin in the pocket to hit the road. He wanted to give a surprise to his ugly wife, but given a roasting chicken to each one of their children, when Juan entered the house, the ugly woman began to insult him. He went to the fireplace and saw some bananas being cooked. Juan threw away the bananas and began to laugh. The woman and children thought that Juan was crazy. Juan said, "You will see what I brought for you. Chicken, turkey, wine, sweets." After throwing all the old dishes from the table, he took out the napkin and said the magic words, but nothing happened. He said the magic words again, but nothing happened. Juan wanted to make himself invisible. In the meantime, the woman was so angry that she took a stick and began to hit him hard. So Juan ran away as the woman and his children were calling him names. Juan Chaco went back to the place where he had met the old man. He set a fire and waited for him. After some hours, the old man appeared with a smart donkey. God asked him, "My son, what are you doing here?" Juan told everything that had happened to him before his wife and children insulted him at home. The Lord said, "You are a very simple man. Come on, spread your sack behind the donkey." As the donkey moved on top of the sack, the Lord asked Juan to repeat these words: "Little donkey, give me silver in the name of God." Soon the donkey began to throw silver coins instead of manure from its ass. Juan was so surprised that he did not see when God left. Juan was so happy that he danced until he got tired. On the way back home, he passed by the ranch of the ambitious man, so he was going to stay there that night, and he wanted to show what the miraculous donkey could do. The owner of the ranch did as Juan said. He brought a sheet to put behind the donkey. When the donkey was on the sheet, Juan said the magic words: "Little donkey, give me silver in the name of God." And the donkey began to throw silver coins instead of manure. The rancher thought that the donkey and the coins would be his, so he made sure to get Juan drunk in order to change his donkey for a similar one. With a terrible hangover, Juan did not notice that his donkey was another one, and he headed for home. When he got home, he did not pay attention to his wife and children's insults. He went to the bedroom and took the best sheet. He asked the donkey to move, saying the magic words. Juan was expecting to see the silver coins from the donkey, but nothing happened. He kept saying the words. After a while, the donkey just defecated manure on the sheet. So Juan began to run like hell because his wife bit him. Juan thought God was pulling his legs, so he sought him at the same place for an explanation. Juan walked and walked until he reached the place. He was tired, hungry, feeling down. The man was so unlucky that even God did not seem to help him. He was lonely and crying when God the Lord said, "Dear Juan, what happened to you? What are you crying like a woman?" Juan told everything the donkey had done at home. "Son, your wife and children do not respect you, and this goes against the law of God. It is good you are a patient man, but you should wear the pants around the house. Your children may even beat you. You should not trust anyone in this world. The rancher stole the napkin and the donkey I gave you." God opened a sack and took out a huge spinning whip, asking Juan to pay attention. "Go ahead, spinning whip." And it began to follow and whip Juan. The Lord said, "Stop it," and the spinning whip entered the sack. God said, "I hope you have learned the lesson. I don't ask you to be a tough man, but I don't want other people to take advantage of you because you're too good." Juan understood the lesson, and he was heading for home confidently. On the way home, he passed by the ranch, and the owner welcomed him. The rancher gave him some food, making him feel at home. The rancher was curious to know what was in Juan's bag. Juan told him he could show what was in the sack if nobody in the ranch would get close to the room where Juan would walk with the rancher, who ordered everyone to stay away, no matter what happened. Only the two men went into the room, closing the door. Juan talked a little about the napkins and the donkey, but the rancher could not wait to see what was in the bag or sack. While Juan was opening the sack very slowly, he asked the rancher what he had done with the napkin and the donkey, but the rancher denied everything, saying he knew nothing about it. So Juan said, "Let me refresh your mind," and he pointed the open sack toward him. The spinning whip was hitting the rancher, who was asking for help, but nobody came because the rancher had ordered so before. The rancher could not stand the punishment anymore, and Juan asked again, "Do you know what I'm talking about?" And the rancher said, "Please take your napkin and donkey now, but stop this whipping." Later, when Juan made sure he got the right napkin and donkey, he headed for home. Juan just arrived when the woman shouted at him, "You're good for nothing, and now you bring the dumb donkey again." The woman and children were so mad that they wanted to beat Juan. He did not pay attention and entered the house. He opened the sack, saying the magic words. The woman and the children were hit by the spinning whip. The neighbors came into the house, but they were also hit. The woman could not stand the punishment anymore, asking Juan to forgive her. Juan took pity and said, "Stop it," and the spinning whip entered the sack. Now Juan could walk as a real rooster among the hen and chicks. Juan said, "Let's eat." He spread the napkin, saying the magic words, "Feed me in the name of God." The napkin became a tablecloth with lots of delicious food. He shared the leftovers with neighbors. Then he said to the donkey on a sheet, "Little donkey, give me silver in the name of God." And gold coins came out of the ass. The woman was weak after such a whipping. Juan bought a beautiful house, and his neighbors were not poor anymore. His children got pills to get rid of parasites, and they became strong and healthy. The sack with the spinning whip was always hanging in the living room as a reminder of something that could fix any problem. But this story happened so many years ago that nobody knows where the napkin, the donkey, and the spinning whip are today. This is one of the stories that you can find in my book, Tica Nica Tales, a bilingual publication of International Huehuense Books.